Hello everyone and welcome to the class. My name is Audrey and today we will be having a reading lesson, okay? So if you take a look at the description underneath, you'll see a little bit about what we're talking about today. Okay, a lot of countries now are facing economic ruin and bad economic situations, and of course that can have an impact on the types of things that we buy in the stores. But this article is focusing on 10 things that do not suffer or that actually do surprisingly well in bad economic times. So be thinking before we start the article, what kind of things you think might succeed, or the things that we will purchase more in bad economic times as opposed to good economic times. So I'll be asking you before we start the class what you think some of these things we will mention will be. Maybe see how your predictions compare to the 10 things on our list. Okay, so let's see who we have. Welcome, Alpha. Nice to see you. Igor, how are you? Are you there, Igor? Welcome to the... You might need to unmute your microphone. I'll come back to you in just a second. We also have Mario. Welcome, Mario.
Hi, Audrey.
Hi, nice to see you as always.
Nice to see you too. How are you doing?
Excellent. And how are you?
Very great.
Perfect, perfect. Great to see you. We also have, let's see, Natalia, welcome. We can't hear you. You might need to unmute your microphone. So if there's a red microphone icon above the Verbling chat, you might need to click on that red microphone.
Can you hear me?
Yes, now we can hear you. Perfect. Okay, so how are you, Natalia?
I'm great, thank you.
Great, excellent. Nice to have you in class. And where are you from?
I'm from Russia.
Okay, perfect, wonderful. Let's see, we also have Goliath. How are you?
I'm fine, and you?
Great, nice to see you. Is it Goliath or should I say Ayad?
Whatever you feel comfortable with, it's okay.
Okay. I'll call you Goliath because that's what I did last weekend.
Okay.
Okay, nice to see you. We also have Igor. Are you there now?
Yeah, do you hear me?
Yes, now we can hear you.
Oh, great. Excellent. How are you?
Great, and how are you today?
Thank you very much. Glad to see you.
Glad to see you as well. We have another Igor coming in. Igor H., how are you?
Yes, hi, I'm doing very well. How are you?
Great, nice to see you again.
Nice to see you too, thank you.
Okay, perfect. Let's see, we also have, is it Akshin? Are you there?
Yes, it is Action. I'm here. How are you?
Great, how are you?
I'm well, thanks.
Excellent, and where are you from?
I'm from Azerbaijan.
Okay, perfect. Nice to have you in class. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started. Not with the article, because first I want to hear your predictions. So you've read the description, hopefully, and maybe heard what we're going to be talking about. So let's think about some predictions. What do you think are products that we might buy more of when we are in bad economic times? Does anybody have any guesses? Maybe I'll have to call on people.
Food?
Food? Any specific type of food?
Gold.
Gold?
Sorry, what is the question? I didn't pay attention.
Okay, sure. If you'll read the description and I'll explain to you again what exactly the article we are talking about is. But it's describing 10 things that we buy more of in a bad economy. So most
Sir,
things we
but
try
where is
to
description?
spend less. Sorry?
Where is description?
It should be underneath the class.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Okay, so it's the 10 things that we buy more of in economic bad times. So think about what those 10 things might be. Mario said food. Somebody said gold.
Yeah, gold, because gold is the most sure investment in bad economics times. Usually people who have money, they buy gold.
Mm-hmm.
But the
Right.
description here is by less money, means things you do, you buy with less money.
Well,
I
not
think
necessarily, but typically in bad economic times, we do have less money, but there are some things that we still spend money on. So,
I
any other
think that
guesses?
I think people buy more cigarettes, spend more on cigarettes on bad situation. I read about that in some article. I don't remember exactly where did I read it, but
Mm-hmm.
they spend more money on cigarettes.
Yeah,
so
that's interesting. And why do you think maybe people buy more cigarettes?
Maybe they are worried more, and they are not sure in yesterday. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay,
Maybe
that's a good one.
so
Go
maybe
ahead.
they are losing their hopes also. I think that in the bad economies, people spend more money in the compulsory needs. So they buy fruits, bread, like this. So they don't want to spend money for the other services. For example,
Mm-hmm.
they don't travel. They skip it. Maybe in the future they will do it also like this. Maybe they
Mm-hmm. Oh, we lost him. Well, I think that was good what he was saying. That's a good point that they might spend more money on these basic needs and not so much on travel and things. Oh, we have you back, Akshin?
Yeah, I'm back. Okay,
Okay, great.
so I was almost finished. Okay.
You want to finish?
No, I finished and I had a connection trouble.
Oh, okay. Great, great. But I think that's an excellent point. Any other guesses before we start the article?
maybe
Maybe
drugs.
people.
Okay,
Sorry.
go ahead.
I tried to say that maybe people spend more money on things make they are happy. For example, chocolate or something that give them the good feelings.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Turn sentiment.
I
Yeah.
would uh, I would say drugs. Sometimes they are more consuming drugs these days.
Mm-hmm. And when you say drugs, do you mean illegal drugs or?
Illegal, yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah,
Not
that could be.
medicine.
Could be. It's hard to maybe measure that, but I think that probably. Okay. Any other guesses before we start?
Sorry, may I interrupt you?
Sure, go ahead.
Sorry, first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Furkat from Uzbekistan.
Okay, excellent. Welcome to the
So,
class. Nice to see you.
thanks. And can you tell me what topic is going?
Sure. We're talking about 10 things, or we're about to talk about 10 things that people buy in a bad economy. Okay? So now
Yeah.
we're just making guesses about what these 10 things might be. And in just a moment, we're going to go ahead and start reading about those 10 things. Okay?
Okay, I see.
Okay, excellent. So let's go ahead and get started. Let me post the link. And you can kind of look ahead at the article and see what these 10 things are. Let me put it up on the screen.
Okay.
Okay, so 10 things we buy in a bad economy. The first one we see is romance novels. Okay, so let's have, Akshin, would you like to read this one for us?
Of course. Uh, During bad times, we want escape, so Americans often turn to those paperback novels. So I'm now opening the link. So let me.
Okay, no problem.
During bad times, we want an escape, so Americans often turn to those paperback novels found on grocery store racks featuring Fabio-like men seducing women. And during the 4 years before the recession hit, sales of romance novels were flat, according to romance publisher Harlequin Enterprises. But in 2009, the romance category took off, with overall sales up 7% and Harlequin making a 3 million gain year on year. Plus, it helps that they are often $7.99 or less.
Okay, excellent, excellent. The only correction I had for you while you were reading that is this dollar amount. Usually we don't say the point, we just say $7.99. $7.99.
Okay.
Okay, but excellent pronunciation. You did a great job. So this first one, of course, is romance novels, and one that we didn't guess, and I wouldn't have guessed either. But why do you think, and we'll start with Akshin, why do you think that romance novels are a popular thing to buy in a bad economy?
So I think it is because of the people, as we mentioned before, people lose their hopes about the future. So
Are you there? We might have lost him. Okay, that's okay. But yeah, people lose their hopes about the future. Okay, any other ideas why we might like to read romance novels?
They drown in stories about something that they read in that novels, and they live their life in these novels.
Right. So like it says at the beginning, during bad times we want an escape. And that may be true. That may be why these novels are so popular.
It's cheap.
Right, and they're cheap. They're cheap.
And they always have the good end, so...
Yes, that's what we always want, a happy ending.
Yeah.
Okay, yes. Any other comments? And if you have any questions, please, if you have any questions about the section that we read, go ahead and ask them now. If everything's okay?
What does it mean, seducing women?
Seducing women. What does it mean to seduce women? Anybody in the class
To
want to
charm,
explain?
yeah. To charm a woman and to attract a woman towards you.
Right, exactly, exactly. So these Fabio-like men seducing women or attracting women. What does it mean, Fabio-like? What is a
Fabio, maybe
Fabio-like
Italian.
man?
Is Italian personage.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe his story was like don't know, like Don Juan or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Right, right. A lot of times we use this ideal person and we call him Fabio with the long hair and the nice body, like an ideal man. So we say featuring Fabio-like men or very attractive men. Okay.
The
Any other
question
questions?
is,
Oh, go ahead.
yeah, the question is, who buy more, men or women, this kind of romance?
I'm 100% sure it's women.
Woman, me too.
Yes.
Men like to read the newspapers.
Yes, but maybe sometimes if the economy is really terrible, men will read these. I don't know. Okay, any other questions or comments? Let's go to the next one. Next we have donuts. Mario, you said food, so we have specifically donuts. Let's see. Furkat, would you like to read this one for us?
Yeah. So, a monkey got meat in a hot ice.
Can you see it up on the screen?
What I have to do, first of all?
Just to read number 2, the
Yeah.
donut.
Okay. We love to ease the sting of poor economic times by digging into donuts, chips and other junk foods, which all experienced sales surges in 2009. The trend continued last year as well, with the number of drive-nut shops from 3 big chains: Crispy, Creamy, Dunkin', Duns, and Tim Hortons, up 2.2% from 209 to more than 10,000 USA locations.
Okay, great. Just 2 corrections for you. The first one is this word experienced. Experienced.
Yeah. Experienced.
Okay, perfect. And the next one, this is the year, and it's 2009. 2009.
Yeah.
Okay, everything else was good. And just one thing I wanted to point out is that you can see there are actually 2 accepted spellings of donuts, and they use both of them in this article. So donuts you can spell like this, or you can also spell like this, donut. Okay, so there's 2
Donut.
ways.
I see.
Okay, so we have donuts, and we'll start with you, Furkat. Why do you think that donuts are something that people buy in a bad economy?
Because they are sweet and they rise the amount of enkephalin. I don't know how to say this in English. In our brain, it's a chemical substance that give us the feeling of happiness. So
Like
maybe that's the
dopamine?
reason. Yeah, it's like that.
Right.
kind
So like you said, Igor, before we started, you had mentioned things that make us happy, and maybe this is one of those things.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. Any other ideas why we might turn to donuts?
Do you mean amphetamine?
Sorry?
I'm talking to whose name? Igor. Do you mean amphetamine? Amphetamine.
No, it's not amphetamine. It's enkephalin. It's a different kind of thing.
Okay.
Okay, but why else would we turn to donuts? Why would we buy donuts?
It's delicious.
They're tasty.
It's good. It's delicious. Okay.
They
Anything
help.
It's not
Maybe-
expensive.
Maybe they're cheap. Natalia, did you want to say something?
Maybe they help to become full quickly.
So it's like a quick food, something that we can get instantly.
Yes.
Okay, great. Any other ideas?
Maybe is psychologically they need to eat this. It's delicious and it increase the amount of glucide. Glucide. What do you say in English? The sugar in the blood.
What do you mean?
The amount of sugar in the blood.
Glucose?
We usually.
I know in
glucose.
French, Mario, it's glycémie. I don't know in English what is it.
Glucose.
No, it's glucose. And, but the word is glycémie. Glycemie, maybe.
Glycemie.
Glycemia.
Right. Sometimes we say glycemic.
Glycemie. Okay, and maybe when you feel less tired and less stressed.
Right. Okay, good. Anything else?
What is surges? Sales surges.
Sales surges.
Yeah.
What is a surge? Anybody know?
To appear?
Not really to appear.
To increase.
Right, exactly, to increase. So sales surges or sales increases in 2009 after the recession. And this is all in American context. So we're talking about the American recession and these products in America. They may be different in other cultures and in other countries.
I have an idea. If we speaking about America, so there high quality food is expensive, and people when there's a recession they buy low quality food because it's cheaper to buy, for example, fruits, vegetables at high quality. It's quite expensive for people from United States, and maybe that's why they buy donuts. They eat, and after that they do not want to eat, and it's quite cheap for them.
Right, exactly. And that's an excellent point to know the cultural context, because healthier foods are a lot more expensive in the US. So, and it doesn't just say donuts, it says donuts, chips, and other junk foods. So all kinds of this garbage food that we buy more of.
And they are full, yeah? They do not want to eat after that.
Right.
After they eat 5 donuts, for example.
Okay, excellent. And you'll see these 3 names, Krispy Kreme, Dunkin' Donuts, and Tim Hortons, being some popular donut places here in the US, and maybe in your countries, I'm not sure. Okay, so let's look at the next one. The next one is nail polish. And let's see. Goliath, would you read this one for us?
Okay. It's often been said that lipstick is recession-proof. There's even lipstick index, a term coined by Leonard Lauder, chairman of the Estee Lauder Cosmetics Company, which helps explain the uptick in lipstick sales during a recession. It's an inexpensive glamour booster, but lipstick sales have actually ticked down since the recession, while another inexpensive women's beauty product has been on the rise: nail polish. Sales are up to 65% since the first half of 2008, according to the market research from NPD Group.
Okay, great. Great pronunciation. Just this word here, make sure to define the 2 first syllables. Inexpensive. Inexpensive.
Inexpensive.
Okay. Perfect.
Not inexpensive.
Sorry?
Inexpensive. Inexpensive.
Right. Perfect. Okay. So we see that it's nail polish, and you can see a picture of it here. So why, Goliath, we'll ask you first, why would we buy nail polish in a recession?
Maybe
not you, but women.
I will have to ask Natalia in this case. Sorry, I have no idea. Natalia, why do you buy lipsticks in recessions, during recessions?
Maybe women want to be beautiful at any time.
Okay.
Could be.
Yeah, but I don't see the point with the bad economy to just rush on lipstick, you know? It's kind of funny.
Does anybody maybe make more sense of this? Because Mario's confused. Who can help Mario out?
I can say from perspective of kind of economic perspective. So in a crisis, sales of this kind of products, they're not first necessary. Yeah, I mean like food, like I don't know, water. They go down sales of these products because people do not buy this kind of products that not first necessary. So these producers of these
Impossible.
products, they give a discount to their products. For example, buy one and we give to a second one a discount of 50%. Yeah. So women, when they usually they buy lipsticks, but when they see that they can have a better price, for example, they buy more lipsticks. Maybe this
Okay.
is the idea that in a bad economy, producers of goods that are not so popular to buy in bad economy, they give a discount. And also second, why? Because maybe women, it's another point of view. Women want to find, I don't know, a better job or something like that. So they want to be good, to be well looking.
Attractive.
How can to be
Attractive.
attractive? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Second.
Okay, excellent points. Excellent
I-
points.
Two ideas.
Okay, I wanna boost his idea like the lipstick booster.
Okay.
Maybe in difficult situation, the woman need something to distract her stress, and to find a date or to date someone. It's logical. It's not only economic matter.
Mhm.
I think they need to go out to date, to feel less stressed, less worn out.
Yeah, yeah.
It's psychologically better, more than economic here, and it's inexpensive. So just to put in her lips, and it will work.
Right, right. And I think that's a good point, that it maybe is one of those things that brings happiness, even if it's short-lived, some short amount of happiness in a stressful time. And the other thing that I thought about this nail polish specifically is that a lot of women go to salons to get their nails done, and maybe in economic times they can't afford that, but they'll buy nail polish to do it at home instead. So
Yeah.
maybe that could be why.
Yeah. And it's expensive or it's not expensive? How much costs one this kind of lipstick average?
A
in
nail
United
polish,
States?
maybe
Yeah,
maybe
average.
$3.
Oh, it's quite cheap.
Right.
It said in the article, inexpensive glamour booster.
Mhm.
I want to ask you, uptick. What is the uptick mean?
Uptick, another word for increase.
Okay,
Okay, the uptick or the increase in lipstick sales.
good.
Okay, great. Any other questions or comments? And let's go next to Halloween costumes. I'm not sure if there's any other countries that celebrate Halloween or if it's specifically an American holiday. But let's look at this one, Halloween costumes. And Igor, would you read it for us? Igor H.
Yeah, much like the escapism, how to use this word?
Escapism.
Escapism of romance novels, it seems that dressing up for Halloween is something we won't do without. While Halloween spending did decline by about $1 billion in 2009, it rose in 2010. And this year, we projected to spend $7 billion on the holiday. And oh yeah, we are going to spend $300 million on pet costumes.
Okay, great. So first of all, does everybody know what Halloween is?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we
Okay.
have this.
We have it recently in France, but
Recently?
yeah, I mean about 10 years, 1 decade. Yes, we celebrate.
Oh,
Halloween
okay.
now. Yes, but
Okay.
Hmm.
Great. So think about Halloween. Why would we continue to spend a lot of money on Halloween costumes? And we'll start with Igor.
To escape from the, like is in the beginning of this paragraph, it's written to escape from the bad for crisis. So you eat donuts, and after that you go to perform, not to perform, to have a fun.
Uh-huh. Right. So you can kind of escape reality, pretend to be someone you're not.
Yeah, to be president of United States, for example.
Just for a day. Right.
Yeah.
Okay,
And you're happy
excellent.
after that.
Excellent. Any other ideas? Why would we spend so much money on Halloween?
Yeah, I think it's all about entertainment. You know, people want to evade themselves into some kind of universe.
Mm.
You know, and just like this, like going to see movie. You know, bad economic period. People used to go much to the movie, watch films. You know, to just to entertain people, to make them forget the situation.
Right, right. And let's look at that last sentence. It says, and oh yeah, we're going to spend $300 million on pet costumes. What about that part?
That's crazy.
Right, so they don't just want themselves to escape, they want their pets to escape too. I thought that was interesting. Any other comments about the Halloween costumes?
Yeah, I wanna agree. I show that I agree with Mario. It's like an escaping, a hiding from reality to a virtual universe, and to not think about what's happening around by doing this.
Right, right. Any questions? Were there any questions in the... go ahead, Igor.
Maybe Halloween connect us to our childhood. So maybe that's the reason we spend a lot of money for buying costumes, because we want to back to our childhood and to feel happy.
Yeah, great point. Okay, great. Any questions in there? Any words that you didn't understand or phrases maybe? Okay, let's go to the next one then. And we're back to food. This one, instead of donuts, we have fast food. And let's see, Igor T., would you read it for us?
Yeah. Fast food. It is not surprise that we turn to cheap food in a poor economy. And even today, with some Americans fearing another recession, fast food restaurants are booming. McDonald's restaurants have down an estimate 5% since last year alone.
Okay, great. Just a pronunciation correction on this one, estimated. Estimated.
Okay.
Okay, everything else was great.
Estimated.
So, Igor, what do you think about fast food? Why do we spend money on fast food?
Still, fast food is giving us a good feeling, because it is full of sugar, fat, and so on. So we feel good, and it also tasty. So we feel good when we eat fast food.
Okay, yeah, it gives us a good feeling. Anything else?
It's obvious.
And
I think.
It's cheap.
It's
Right.
also cheap.
In comparison with high quality food, like fruits,
Maybe you're right,
vegetables, and I don't know, meats, some kind.
Yeah, it depends. Depends on what you're comparing it to. Actually, fast food has increased quite a bit, the price of fast food in the past few years. So it's not so cheap as it used to be, but it is cheap relative to other things.
Yeah, but to products that they are without the chemical additives. Yeah, what is the kind of products? How is named in the USA?
Without maybe you could say organic.
Yeah, organic food. So in comparison with organic food, fast food is the same price as organic food?
It depends if you're talking about in the grocery store or in restaurants.
I'm in a grocery store to buy organic food.
So organic food is much more expensive than non-organic food.
That's what I was about saying. Yeah, it's much expensive.
Right,
And
so it's much
after
more
it-
expensive to find these organic foods, even in the grocery store, as compared to going out to eat to restaurants. You'll pay several more dollars for organic than for non-organic.
Yeah, and after you eat this fast food, you do not want to eat nothing. To eat nothing. I mean, it's very
Okay.
fried.
Yeah.
Well,
Go ahead.
I want to have a comment. This section, fast food, is very interesting because normally American people avoid the fat, crazy food. In economy, when economy goes down, they go to this kind of unhealthy food, usually unhealthy. That means they are obliged because of the cost. And it's very, I like this index of economy that people are fearing, they saving money by going to fast food, even it's unhealthy. So good index to show people are in difficulties.
I don't think that saving money that's the reason to rise in the sales in fast food. I think that that people want to feel happy, so they buy this kind of food not because of money, because of their feelings.
I think if you really wanted to save money, you would buy food at the grocery store and
Yeah,
then
of
cook it at
course.
home. But yeah, if you compare it to other nicer restaurants, fast food is cheaper. But if you compare it to eating at home, then it's more expensive.
But in America, they're busy. The majority are busy to cook. They prefer fast food while working. I saw many people were eating in the underground, and they don't have time to cook. Don't know.
Yeah.
Not all people cook at
Any
home.
other comments?
What is last year alone? Year alone.
Last year alone, meaning only last year.
Okay.
So
But
it says
5% is not so much. It's maybe not correct calculated in the error area, or how we can say. And yeah, do you know what I'm talking about?
Can you say again? Oh, I know what you mean.
5%
Like
grown is an error area.
So maybe. But it could be considerable. If you consider how large of a chain McDonald's is, 5% could be a lot.
I mean that when they calculate with how much grown, they take some, I don't know, products. They look and last year how much people, how many that products people eat, and this year how many products, and they calculate for all products, and maybe it's an error of 2 minus to plus minus 2%.
Yeah,
So
maybe
without
here
growing.
it says McDonald's restaurants have grown, so maybe that's talking about the number of restaurants.
Oh, they opened with
Right,
5%?
possibly. Okay, but good. Let's go to the next one. Next we have lottery tickets. This one might be easy to find out why we're spending money on lottery tickets. Mario, would you read it for us?
A bad economy apparently inspires a spike in wishful thinking, according to USA Today. More than half of all states with lotteries reported rising sales at the end of 2008. In August 2000, 2010, lottery sales were up $1 billion year on year. In fact, lottery revenues have been on the rise since 2004 and haven't stopped.
Okay, great. Great. So, lottery tickets. Why, Mario, are we spending so much money on lottery tickets?
It's easy. People want to win a lot of money because the situation is not good, so they hope that they will be the winner of a big jackpot, you know. Yeah, but it's a dream. Again, it's again a dream that the system lead people to it, you know.
Okay, yeah. Other comments about lottery tickets?
Everybody believe in luck.
So they want to believe in luck instead of trying to deal with the situation in maybe more productive ways, possibly.
And maybe people have situation is worse. They maybe lose jobs, and they think that they will win money, so they will do not need a job.
Does anybody have a friend or somebody that they know, if you live in a place where they have lottery tickets, that's just convinced that they're going to win the lottery?
No,
or
but
maybe one of you.
no, but I know someone who won at the lottery.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did they win millions of dollars?
At the time, it was about 1 million euro. About yeah, something
Oh,
like this.
wow.
1
And
million.
you became their best friend, right?
No, it was my brother. My
It was
brother
your
won.
brother?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's great for him. It worked out for him.
Yeah.
So did his life changed a lot more or not?
Sorry.
So what did he do with that money?
So he quitted his job. So now because he already has a house, you know, and his house was almost paid, and so it was easy to him to just quit everything. I mean, his job, and just have enough money to live with.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
It's this article is about hope. I think they are drawn in economy, bad economy, like a drawn person, or want to hold even a straw to get out from this situation. So a tiny hope.
Yeah, and I think we can think that about some of the other things too that we're trying to escape from. Just a tiny bit of hope that things will be better. Okay, any other comments or questions?
No.
Okay, let's go next to this
spike?
one. And
What is
sorry,
spike? Yeah.
Let me see.
Inspires a spike.
Inspires a spike. A spike is increase. Almost all of the words that you ask about mean increase. So a spike means increase. Inspires an increase in wishful thinking.
Uptick. Okay, nice words.
Can be spike? Can have spike another meaning, or only this is the meaning, increase?
Yeah, a spike is like a sharp point.
Okay.
So maybe I'm trying to think of maybe like soccer shoes have spikes on the bottom, like points on the bottom. So a spike is a point, but when we think of it in these terms, it means an increase.
Okay.
Okay, and next we have chocolate, which is something that Igor, you specifically mentioned at the beginning. I remember that. You said chocolate.
Yes.
Okay, so let's go to Natalia. Would you read it for us?
Yes, chocolate. as the recession was gaining ground in 2008. Yes?
2008.
Swiss chocolate makers hit record sales, nearly 185,000 tons sold in Switzerland and around the world, which was an increase of 2% over 2007. In the first 3 months of 2009, at the height of the recession, profits at Hershey Company spiked by 20%, and last year, global chocolate sales rose 2% to $83.2 billion.
Okay, great. Just one point, pronunciation point. This word should be recession. Recession.
Oh, okay, recession.
Okay, great. Everything else was perfect. So, Natalia, what do you think? Why do people buy chocolate?
It tasty, it makes us happy, and it helps don't be hungry.
Okay.
It's like snack because, for example, if I'm hungry but I can't have lunch, I buy chocolate and it helps me don't be hungry.
Right. So not only can it make you happy, but maybe it's something that you can eat in between when you can get food or buy lunch. Okay, great points. Any other comments about chocolate?
Yes.
Go ahead.
I think there's psychiatric illnesses when people are stressed. They eat more than in a normal situation, and they think it has a name. And sometimes they don't eat at all. It's called anorexia, so it's effect on their appetite. So sometimes they eat to it's called bulimia, I think, and the other effect is anorexia, mental anorexia. I don't know exactly. So the appetite is influenced by the crisis, by problems.
Right. So you might have an increased appetite, not bulimia. That's something different, but yeah, and maybe your appetite changes due to these economic times. Okay, interesting.
It happened to me. Sometimes I eat much when I'm stressed. I eat without any appetite.
Igor, did you have a comment?
Yeah, that's it's not so much how much rose the sales, 2%. For example, if you bought last year 100 chocolates, this year you buy 102 chocolates. It's not so. I don't see a strong correlation with crisis. For example, if would be that, for example, last year you bought 100, but this year you bought 120. It would be a visible correlation. But when you look in overall situation, maybe one person this year buy less chocolate, but maybe one person buy more chocolate this year. For example, I decide to eat this year. For example, not I decide, but maybe this year I will eat about 300 chocolate, grams of chocolate. But someone would eat less than last year.
Right.
So when you look on the situation overall, it's not so big rising. How we can say big what? Big increase.
Increase. Increase.
It's not so big. It's on the margin of error, yeah, exists something.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think.
But
Okay, go
Hershey
ahead.
said that on the 3 months of 2009, the sales was spiked by 20%.
Yeah,
So
that's right.
maybe that's the reason.
No, no,
So
no, no,
it's
no.
They were spiked.
Read very carefully. Profits at Hershey Co. Profits. So maybe price increased. They increased the price when they saw that people buy more. They increased the price and profits rise, not sales, not the amount of chocolate, but price,
Mm-hmm.
money,
I think
money. How much they.
that's very, very good,
They
very close
gain.
reading. Because I didn't notice that, Igor, that they do say profits and not sales, which is interesting
Profits.
because they are comparing sales in the rest of the article, and here they say profits.
no,
So
but we don't know how
we
much
have to
it's
think
sold,
about
but
that.
it's
Excellent
not
point.
2%.
Mm-hmm.
No,
If
just it's saying that it's globally. So globally means that in it's globally we can think that in Asia there was no crisis. Crisis was in Europe and in USA. So Switzerland is in Europe, and in Europe in Switzerland it increased profits increased by 20%, and it's really a large number.
Mm-hmm.
And in case that, for example, if a country, for example, in country we have a grow for minus 1 point, for example, minus 1.2, and 2% grow. It's not a. I think it's not a little number. It's a really good number. Also, 5% is it's a really good number.
Yeah, so I guess it just depends. And of course, there's a lot of factors that go into that, especially because it does say global sales and not just sales in America.
No,
But
but they show sales in Switzerland as an example of a country. So it's 2%, an increase of 2% over
No,
2007.
it's around the world. Okay,
I don't understand you. If you could repeat.
2% is around the world.
Around what?
Around the world.
I don't understand
Around
that.
the world. Around the
World.
yes,
Yeah.
around the world.
So if you look upper, it's written that of 2% in Switzerland, upper, in the middle of this article. They
2%, 2%, I think, around the world. And Switzerland, it's not about the persons. They wrote it only the tons. So 2% is around the world. Okay, it's not in Switzerland. Yes.
Well, we'll maybe talk about that if we have more time. But that's interesting again to really think about these statistics and to think about the implications that they could have, and maybe not accept them blindly. So it's a good thing to talk about.
It's not too much, 2% for increasing. It's an error area.
Could be. So we'll think about that too. But let's go to the next one. We have vegetable seeds, and let's see. Akshin, would you read it for us?
Yeah. Okay. Why buy veggies if you can grow them yourself for less, right? That appears to be why the number of U.S. homes buying seeds spiked starting in 2007. And the National Gardening Association projected that 43 million U.S. households grew their own fruits, vegetables, berries, and herbs in 2009, an increase of 19% from the year before. Some seed stores have been seen 75% spike in sales.
Okay, great. Just this word at the beginning, it should be veggies. Okay, and that's just another word for vegetables or veggies. So, Akshin, what do you think? Why are people spending money on vegetable seeds? Are you there? Did we lose him? Okay, so let's see. Anybody else in the class? What do you think? Why are we spending money on vegetable seeds?
I don't know why people are leaving the room, or maybe connection or what.
Could be, could be.
They are less.
Yes, there's less people than we started with.
Yeah.
But that's
Maybe
okay.
because of the crisis economy, they.
They went to go buy donuts, I think. That's okay.
Or chocolate.
Yes, but the people who are here, what do you think? Why are we buying vegetable seeds?
Oh, another one. They are jumping over the cliff.
He'll come back. We'll trust he'll come back.
Okay, stop asking question, Audrey, because each time you do, people...
Maybe depressing
every time
questions.
I ask a question, somebody leaves.
Maybe it's depressing questions.
Okay, forget about vegetables. Let's go to the next one.
Okay, let's hear Mario. Then I will say.
So it's weird that people want to make their own gardening. It's kind of gardening, but if you live in an apartment, I don't know how you can plant so many seeds, and it's kind of weird.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so maybe, and I guess it wouldn't be the people who are living in an apartment, although maybe you can grow some in your window, I don't know.
Yeah, they have place in apartments, for example, a small place, maybe they grow something like a hobby.
But did you see the article carefully? Did you? They said fruit, vegetable, berries, and herbs. They are not talking about flowers. That's the point.
People in my country grow all kind of things in their apartments for hobby. They may grow all kind of things, not necessarily flowers.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. But here it's related to the economic crisis. Maybe there is a relation.
Right. So what might that relation be? Why would we start growing these?
Okay, I would say there is 2 points here. It's when they grow their vegetables, have to go to the shopping, so they saving money. And second point, and they are occupied by an activity that is kind of distraction, how we say distraction. Something that you entertainment to seed and to water and to take care of your plants. It's kind of escaping also. So you have both.
Right. Excellent point, because sometimes we are terrible gardeners and our crops fail, but we still have that sense of something to take care of, some kind of responsibility, something to take our minds off of something stressful. So, good point. Now, we only have a few minutes left, so we're not going to read the last 2, but we'll just look at them and discuss them briefly. So the second to last is yoga. So why would we spend money on yoga?
Do you know the word nirvana? It's maybe like the Buddhism. They reach the nirvana, the paradise.
Right. So we're trying to reach that nirvana in the terrible
without moving.
Okay. Excellent. Trying to relax, trying to reach a state of happiness and peace. Okay, and we'll look quickly at the last one. The last one is pets. And remember, we spent a lot of money on pet Halloween costumes, but this one is just pets in general. So what about pets? Why are we buying pets in bad economic times?
It's very strange.
Maybe because it's demonstrated that I read an article on TV that pets as a cat and dog, they influence positively your mood and they help your health in some way when you have a dog or a cat. So maybe this is
Yeah,
Yes.
it seems kind of strange maybe because pets are expensive and it's, expensive to feed them, expensive to take care of them, but we have to think about um, maybe some other benefits other than cost. Maybe they make us feel good, they make us feel better. Okay, great. We're going to stop there. Thank you all. Those of you who are still here and those of you who left, thank you for coming. I'm sure you had something very important to do, so don't worry. Okay, but again, thank you for coming. Thank you for reading. You had great English, and I hope to see you soon, okay?
Okay,
Thank you.
Audrey, thank you for the
Yes,
class.
everyone. Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Take care.